This question is for Cardinal DiNardo. How can the laity and the church as a whole look to the cross to heal the wounds in the church?
Well, without being sounding over the top there, that the cross is the solution. My motto is Ave Crux Spes Unica, Hail, O Cross, our only hope. The cross is our only hope. If you read Paul's letter, he was a successful Pharisee. When Paul was dropped by the vision, Paul began to look at everything in light of the cross. And he saw what some people saw as a danger or as calamity and all. He saw that as something successful. It is amazing to read Paul's letters and there to see how he took every opportunity, every kind of calamity, as something that the cross was leading him more deeply into Jesus. And Christo, in Christ, which is always Christ crucified. Read Ignatius of Antioch, who comes a few, 20 years later or 30 years later. I mean, Ignatius just lives by the cross. I mean, he's being thrown to the lions, and he says, let me be wheat. For Christ, I'll be grind by their teeth. Have we ever seen how the cross was in the early days of Christianity? Look at Polycarp of Smyrna. You say, why do you read these ancient people? He said, well, that's my degree, and I'm at an intellectual place here, so that's why. But, Polycarp is 85 or 86. They're burning him at the stake. And then they see him tied to the cross. And do you know what the people see when he's burning? They say, well, it didn't smell like flesh burning. It smelled like bread being baked in an oven for the Eucharist. Now, that's people who are persuaded of the cross. They really are persuaded. Do I think we are? Just for sake of discussion, no. I do not think so. I do not think we are persuaded of the cross yet. Or we were, and something happened. Does that play a role in what happened in the crisis? Yes, but I'm not saying that's the way. But I just believe in general in the United States that the cross is not upheld as the source of who we are. And when the cross becomes more upheld and lived, somewhat like Polycarp's eyewitnesses, who didn't see flesh burning but saw Eucharistic bread in a person. I mean, if we got people to get to that, we'd have less problems. We'd have just as many problems, but we'd have less problems in terms of how they identify who they are in their faith. So the cross is everything.
And on that note, we will appropriately end. Thank you, Your Eminence,
Thanks.
President Garvey.